Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a self-tanning routine. I get asked for this video a lot, which I don't know why because I feel like I'm not like a tanning expert. Today I have zero makeup on and I'm just natural in my self-tanner because it is 4th of July, so happy 4th of July. You guys will see this July 5th, but you know, happy July 5th, it's fine. So today I will be showing you some clips of me applying my self-tanner, but I also wanted to sit and like talk to you guys about the products because I feel that's more beneficial than me just showing you like me putting it on my arm and my leg. So I'm gonna actually like go through the products I use, which ones I would recommend, which ones I don't really care for, and then just kind of walk you guys through how I self-tan and show you, you know, a little clip up here of me self-tanning. So I will get started by showing you guys the initial products that I use. So I always start with the Loving Tan Deluxe Bronzing Mousse. I get this in Ultra Dark, so you guys can see it here. And I'm gonna say I've been using this pretty consistently for, let's see, it was right when quarantine started, so probably March, so April, May, June, July. So I've been using this consistently for like 4 months, and it's still got like a pretty decent amount in there, so I would say that you could get away with consistently using it, like consistently weekly using it, probably 3 to 4 months, I would say. I don't like use it every single week, but I try to. It's just like annoying to put on self-tanner sometimes. So my typical recommendation for this would probably be to use it every other time you shower. It depends on how much you shower. I shower every single day. So if you don't shower every day and you shower, you know, like every 2 days, then it's gonna get even darker and it's gonna last even longer. So my suggestion to you is when you don't have anywhere to go and you're just kind of like trying to figure out your self-tan routine, that's the best time to like kind of reapply and see what looks good on your skin and like what you like. The Ultra Dark is dark, but like this is me with it on. I applied it last night so that you guys could see the result this morning, and I don't feel like it's like orangey. I think it's a good color. I used to use Saint Tropez self-tanner, and I liked that, but you can definitely tell the difference. Like it didn't go on as easy and the color was just not quite this pretty, and I felt like it was more patchy, so that was like kind of why I switched self-tanners. I think the next time I buy self-tanner, I'm gonna buy Bali Body, whatever, man, I struggle with like pronouncing stuff. I never know how to say anything, but anyways, I think I'm gonna buy that one because I want to kind of do like a different self-tanner and kind of review those for you because that's really like the only beauty stuff I do on my channel. So yeah, I really like this. I feel like it has a really natural, like pretty color, and it does stay on really good. It blends well. I don't feel like it's patchy, so I would recommend this mousse for people who are starting out with self-tanning. This is the mitt from Loving Tan, which I also love. I've used other mitts and I just feel like this one's honestly the best. Like it's like velvety almost, but it applies perfectly, and I really like the smoothness like when I'm applying my self-tanner. One thing I wanted to tell you guys was to make sure that you wash this out after each use so that you don't get buildup color. It'll make your skin like patchy and your mitt won't last as long, so make sure that you guys wash this. But I'll just start by telling you like my standard for pretty much everything on my body is like 1 pump per body. So I use 1 pump for the top of my legs, I use 1 pump for the bottom of my legs, and then I usually use like 1 pump for my arm. But if there's like a spot where I feel like it didn't take as well, then do like a little half pump and just blend in right there. Up into your shoulders, a pump, you know what I mean? And then I always do half a pump to a pump on my armpits. So I lift up my arm and make sure like I'm doing in my armpits, because the worst is when your whole body is tan and then your armpits are pale. I remember when I was actually tanning, like that happened to me all the time. My armpits would be pale but my body would be tan, and it looked crazy, especially because I was a competitive cheerleader and always had my arms up. So now I'm always in the gym lifting, and same thing, like I see people that have like white armpits and I'm like, it's fine if you're that person. I love you anyways. Yes, so I would just recommend like a pump to half a pump on your armpits and just kind of like blend it into like your boob, your side, your back, and then like up around your shoulder. So the most helpful tip that I feel like for your like elbows and knees is to apply with them both bent and straight. That just kind of helps get like all the creases of both your elbows and your knees. So I would do the elbow bent and then like straighten your elbow out and do your elbow straight, and then same thing with your knee, and then same thing I would do like like the front of my elbow and the back of my knee because I always seem to miss that, and just blend. The most important thing with self-tanning, I feel like, is blending. So if you can just continue to move around everywhere, you'll probably be fine. I know people like get really concerned about being patchy. The only thing that I would say with this self-tanner is it dries fast, so you have to move fast. Don't sit there. Like, I one time tried to like put a pump on my leg and put a pump on this leg and like rub one and then rub the other, and I had like a dark patch of where the self-tanner had sat, so don't do that. And then I do like a pump for my stomach, usually a pump for my like chest, and then like a pump to have a pump for my neck. And then I do use this for my face. I've had people ask that a lot. I have seen people use makeup brushes for your face, and honestly works just as good. So if you want to use a makeup brush, that's fine, but I don't feel like taking off the mitt and using a makeup brush when the mitt seems to work just fine. My suggestion is like, honestly, just like go all over your face. And then I always wrap over to my ears, because I feel like if not, like if you consistently are tanning everywhere on you, but then you have like white ears, it's gonna be like kind of obvious. So I try to just like put a little bit on my ears, not too much. You don't want to have orange ears, but I just kind of like rub it in. And then I always do like a pump on my booty, and then I usually have Braxton like do a pump or two on my back and rub it in, just so that my back isn't pale. So yeah, like I said, I usually try to consistently do it every other time I shower, because that gives me like a couple days of tan before, you know, I have to reapply. I try to save as much of that as I can, and mostly I use that when I feel pasty or when I'm recording. Like, I usually put it on if I'm going to be filming so that I don't get washed out. But the other product that I recommend using on like a day-to-day basis is actually St. Tropez, and this is their Gradual Tan, and it's literally just everyday tinted body lotion, if you can see it. So I would recommend using this not every day if you're gonna use mousse, but if you want more like a subtle, something that you can just put on every day that's easy, I really like this one. I like the color of it a lot, and it's honestly like it has a lot of product in it. If you're not like consistently like applying a crap ton, I feel like it would last for a while. So I would definitely recommend this one. And sometimes I use this on my face, or like anywhere that I've like, I can see that my skin is like getting patchy, I'll put some of this on, especially on my face, like in between tans, because your face is going to be the first to come off, because naturally, like, we're wearing makeup, we're touching it, we're doing skincare, so if you're doing that, like, it's going to obviously come off of your face faster. So I use this in between sometimes. If I don't use this on my face, then I use this on my face, and I just apply both of these with my hands. Like, I don't use a mitt or anything, and it seems to work fine. Just wash your hands after you use both of these is my suggestion. Sometimes I actually use this for my hands when I'm self-tanning instead of using the mitt, which I'm going to talk about like my hands and feet in a second. Sometimes I'll use this on my hands or on my feet because it kind of just blends out easier and it's less obvious if you mess up. So obviously, like, starting out, you could use this instead of like the mousse, just because this is like going to definitely tint out easier, and if you mess up, it's a lot easier to fix it. So this is the Deluxe Face Tan in dark. I could have probably done ultra dark because it's really not that dark, but I got this from Loving Tan as well, and it's honestly one of my favorite products from them. It smells so good. I don't know how to explain the smell, but it's like, it smells good. But so does their like mousse. Like, all their stuff smells really good. I enjoy that because I hate that like cringy tanning smell. So it was really nice to have this change of events. So I will put this on sometimes every day because, like I said, if you're using makeup a lot, it's gonna come off of your face. So I would recommend just kind of trying out your products that you buy, maybe at a time when you know you're not gonna be leaving the house too much, and just see like what works for you. But I can use this pretty much every day, and it doesn't kick up or get crazy because I wash my face every single day. So if that makes sense, I feel like this definitely comes off your skin a lot easier than the mousse. So when I'm just reapplying this every day, it's kind of just covering me for that day. And I've used quite a bit of it. It looks like it's a really small bottle, but you're only using it on your face, so it's very like proportional. I feel like I'll probably run out of this way before I run out of this. And then the last product I wanted to show you is from Loving Tan, and it's the Bronze Shimmer, and it's in dark. I didn't get this in ultra dark, and I'm happy that I didn't because this is dark. I'm trying to show my friends. Here we go. It's really pretty though. So basically this, I will use this if I'm like going on a lake day or a swimmy day. So if you follow my Instagram, I posted these pictures and I wore this in them, which they're obviously filtered. clearly, so I look darker in it anyways, but I did use this bronzing cream or bronzing shimmer cream, and it gives you like a literal shimmer. If you go on their website, you can see like before and after pictures of people using it and stuff, and it's really pretty, but it is dark. Like, this is definitely a dark product, so I honestly probably could have done, I don't know, like medium. I don't know what the shade down below dark is, but I assume medium. But I'm going to actually record in a second me putting this on my arms just so you guys can see it, because it's not the end of the world, it's just my arms, even though I'm going to a pool party today. So yeah, these are the products that I like live by right now. I really enjoy them and I feel like they are pretty. I also was going to show you guys, like, I applied last night. My hands, I don't feel like look orange, they're not patchy or anything, so we are successful. My feet, I feel like, look good too. Like, it's very like bronzed color. What I do for my hands and feet is I usually take this brush or this mitt. It's honestly personal preference. I feel like the brush is probably an easier, like more smooth out option, but if you wanted to use the mitt like I do, I feel like I've been using self tanner for like 7 years, so I feel like I'm experienced enough to use this. Maybe not, but all I do literally, as you can see, is just put it on and like go through. I would say the brush is easier just because I would start at like your wrist and work around and then just do like very baby on your fingers and in between the webbing on all of your fingers. Okay, same thing on this hand. And then for your feet, I would do the same thing, like kind of start at your ankle and like blend down onto the top of your foot, just a little bit on like the side of your foot. You don't need a lot because it's going to be dark. And then just go in between each of your toes, and I think that you would be just fine. So yeah, I definitely recommend Loving Tan. If you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe, because we are going to do another review after I run out of this tanner, and we're about halfway through it, so give me a few months and we'll be trying a new tanner. If you guys aren't following my Instagram, make sure you go over and follow that, because I post content on there that I'm going to post on my channel, like Q&As. I ask advice from you guys, and kind of just a way for me to engage with my subscribers, so make sure you hit that up. I love you guys so much. I hope you had a great 4th of July, and we will see you next time.